Then every day I change my mind about it.
Oh man, that's gonna be a scrap.
You know what? That's a tough one.
Oh my God, that's so hard to predict.
I think obviously
That's a freak fight.
You know, Ferguson. You just don't know what you're gonna get out of the guy. Like his movements are so unpredictable, and you know he's almost like, you know, people were talking about Dominic Cruz and nobody has movement like him. That's Tony Ferguson, but not in a Dominic Cruz way. Yeah, I mean, he's got his own style, his own movement, and the way he attacks and stuff like that. But Khabib's a beast, man. You know, he's like, you know, not to compare him to anybody because he's his own man, but the way he goes out there and he fights is a lot like a Kane. You know what I mean? So he just goes out there and puts it on people. He's exciting to watch as well.
Habib, I'm a fan of Habib. You know, his striking's good. Can he get better? Yes. But the way that he grinds is pretty impressive. You know, I mean, the way that he's going to go for a takedown, he's going to get you down. And the way that he flows on top. I don't know. But, you know, that one I'm going to have to be watching for.
Tony's right there, so we'll say Tony Ferguson for this time, but it changes every day. There's such an awesome card to be on because both those fights are going to be really good.
Tony Ferguson is a savage in every way, shape, or form. So I think in pure takedowns, pure you know, I like to say jiu-jitsu is life, sambo is death. In many ways, if Khabib is able to push forward and get the takedown and just submit his will, it's going to be a long night for Tony. But at the same time, if Tony can get scrambles, that's where I think he's the best in. Those scrambles and that chaos. I think Khabib is very good at taking what he wants, where Tony's very good at making it out of the just chaos that is a fight.
It's hard to say that Tony Ferguson would even be in a boring fight, but I think if Khabib controls him, then he'll be dominant. It'll be Khabib on top. I would take Khabib in that fight.
I went out to AKA and trained, and I saw Khabib, and I was like, coming from a wrestling background, I am like extremely impressed with him in every area of MMA.
Khabib has to be Khabib, man. I like Tony Ferguson, I like his style, but I think just Khabib's going to nudge this one, and I think he's got that belt in his sights after he beats. But it's going to be a fantastic fight, isn't it? I mean, everybody, like, see to be part of this fight, see to be part of this, man, this is like the craziest thing ever. But Khabib.
I think if Khabib chooses to maul him, yeah, he can do it pretty easily. And if it gets gritty, it's going to be interesting because Ferguson, like you see him in the later rounds, kind of dig it out, and same with Khabib because he'll just maul you. But Khabib's always been the hammer. You know, it'd be interesting to see what happens if he gets clipped and he becomes a nail for a change because you've seen Ferguson become the nail too, and he's shown heart. So, yeah.